Wait, all my followers are fake. They're all bots. I bought all of them. Yeah, I'm sorry for lying to you guys. I'm just gonna quit social media right now.
This is gonna piss you off, but the truth hurts. The more innocent and pure a man is, the more likely he is to get divorced.
That's me in a nutshell. I walk out my house, I'm like, where are the agents? Come on guys. let's go, FBI.
It tastes good, but as a guy to drink matcha and get a matcha tea, kind of gay. But I mean, a little bit gay is okay. If drinking matcha, gay. Where did this trend come from? Like.
Some of you guys ask how tall I am. I'm actually 5'2", and I'm not as wise as I seem on social media, because the truth is, that is all AI. I've never said any of that shit. Yeah, I'm actually not 35 years old. I'm 63, and that's the truth. And I have a very, very, very small one. My wife is not really my wife. It's actually my cousin that everybody in the family said we should plan a wedding and put you guys together. And I have a very, very, very small one. I'm sorry. The truth is, it's all just steroids. My money was actually gifted to me by my mother, who inherited from her grandfather. On top of that, all of my friends are not really my friends. They're all paid for to be my friends by my family members because nobody really wants to be my friend. And so you guys, I'm really sorry for all of this. And by the way, all my followers are fake. They're all bots. I bought all of them. Yeah, I'm sorry for lying to you guys. I'm just gonna quit social media right now. Take care.
Finally, he's admitting it. This is some of the first clips where Princess Azoulay is actually telling the truth for once. At least we're getting some honesty out of him, even if it's wrapped in jokes and exaggeration. Maybe next he'll admit the cartel stories and Shaolin training were also fiction. We can dream, right?
Ooh. Say ooh.
Why do men watch the movies they watch? Why are men, if you ask any man, like, what are your favorite movies? They may say James Bond, or they'll say Casino, or they'll say Scarface, or they'll say all these movies, or Goodfellas, etc., or Wolf of Wall Street. There's a young, aggressive DA who's desperate to make a name for himself by bagging this big fish. And we watch those movies as men and think, wow, what a cool story. I'd love to be that guy. That's the reason you watch the story, because you want to be the main character in that movie. Well, I guess I am. I'm the guy who's just flying around the world with all this money. All these aggressive DAs are trying to lock me up. I don't know which one it is. It's one of the movies where Joe Pesci, they're following him and he leaves the house and he knocks on the police car and says, come on guys, follow me, because they fell asleep. That's me in a nutshell. I walk out my house, I'm like, where are the agents? Come on guys. let's go, FBI.
I also find phone calls very insulting.
I hate phone calls too.
No, but someone who thinks they can demand my time instantly because they want to talk to me. No, you have to message me and ask, please, can we speak? You can't just say, I want to talk to him now, so his life is now mine, and call my phone. If anyone calls me unprompted, I block them.
Yeah.
They're blocked. Even if I've known them for years, I'll block them. They have to contact Tristan. Why am I blocked? You called it. You can't call my phone. I don't like it. It's insulting.
It took me 10 years to understand why history rarely produces female leaders. But once you see this, you can't ever unsee it again. Leadership requires self-sacrifice. Evolution wired women for one thing, self-preservation. But a leader walks into the fire first. A leader bleeds so others don't have to. But a woman's entire biology is optimized for one thing and one thing alone. It's protecting herself and her offspring at all costs. Ask a woman for emotional support when your business is collapsing, and you're going to notice a dark truth. She's going to have zero empathy for you, and she's going to start to despise you, not because she's cruel, but because her survival software is assessing whether you're still viable for her. This is why men are the leaders. Someone had to face the barbarian hordes at the gate, even when survival was never on the menu.
This is pseudoscientific nonsense wrapped in evolutionary psychology buzzwords. Claiming women are biologically incapable of empathy and only see men as financial resources is both insulting to women and completely ignores reality. Plenty of women show empathy, support struggling partners, and lead successfully when given the opportunity. Using evolution as an excuse to claim women are hardwired to be selfish selfish, and calculating is just stupid. You're taking complex social and historical factors and reducing them to women's brains are programmed for self-preservation only. Women supporting men through hardship and relationships based on genuine care rather than financial calculation. Your theory falls apart the moment you look at actual reality instead of cherry-picking examples to support your predetermined bias.
Who should a man listen to more, his mother or his wife? If you picked either of those options, you're already cooked. The correct answer is neither. Your mother followed your father. That's why your family exists. Your wife follows her emotions. She can't even commit to yoga or Pilates for a Black Friday sale. Your entire bloodline was built by men who made decisions without waiting for women's applause. Who are you men who need feedback from women while fighting a saber-toothed tiger? Evolution erased guys who checked in with women, and it selected the men who stared death in the face and moved anyway. A man's job is brutally simple. We see a threat, we solve the threat, we provide safety, and we build. Everything else is noise.
Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. What did your dumb ass say it?
This is going to piss you off, but the truth hurts. The more innocent and pure a man is, the more likely he is to get divorced. You can't win a game that you've never played. That's why playboys end up happily married while all the good guys get slaughtered in family courts. They marry the first girl who touched them, and then they call her their forever. 35% of Christians are getting divorced because no one told the men this harsh truth. Inexperience is the most expensive mistake a man can make. But for women, it's the opposite. The less experience that she has, the stronger she pair bonds. And then the more loyal she becomes. The real unequally yoked marriage is when two innocent people sign a lifelong contract. The equally yoked marriage is when an experienced man marries an innocent woman. You can't win a soccer game if you've never played a single minute.
So, by his logic, men need experience to be good partners. You can't win a soccer game if you've never played a minute, right? But then it should also count for women, about this example, right? If experience makes men better partners and prevents divorce, wouldn't the same logic apply to women? Why is an experienced man with an innocent woman ideal, but not the reverse or both having experience? This is just another double standard disguised as relationship advice. He's basically saying men should have experience, but women should be innocent and pure, which is code for having no past relationships or experience. You can't use the logic experience prevents divorce for men, and then argue women should be inexperienced. Either experience matters for both partners or it doesn't matter at all. The real factor in divorce isn't experience or innocence, it's compatibility, communication, shared values, and both people being mature enough to work through problems. This double standard nonsense just reveals his actual bias, not any real insight into successful marriages.
Fat people shouldn't pray. God already handed you a biological miracle, and you turned it into a maintenance issue. Praying while fat is like being 6 months behind on rent and then asking to speak to the landlord about the penthouse. Even if the landlord loves you, he still wants that rent, and the rent that's due is discipline. And if that stings, good. Maybe the answer to your prayer right now is the 10,000 steps you keep dodging like jury duty.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Is drinking matcha gay? Where did the trend come from? Like, matcha already existed for decades, and now suddenly I see that everyone starts to drink matcha. Well, I drank matcha like 10 years ago. It tastes good, but as a guy to drink matcha and get a matcha tea, kind of gay. But I mean, a little bit gay is okay.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Bro, what is the biggest mistake you've made in your come up? I didn't switch on my day ones early enough, bro. What I mean with that is I didn't change my circle soon enough. And if you keep hanging around with broke people, they keep you down, bro. One thing I should have done sooner is hang around rich people so I could think bigger and become rich like them. So switch up on your day ones the moment you have the chance.
This is one of the most disgusting pieces of advice I've heard. Your day ones, the people who were there from the beginning, who supported you when you had nothing, should be abandoned because they're broke and keep you down. Real friends don't measure their value by your bank account. If the people who were loyal to you when you had nothing are suddenly worthless because they're not as financially successful, that says everything about your character, not theirs. Not everyone wants the same things or measures success the same way. Some of your broke friends might be teachers, artists, social workers, or just people living different lives. That doesn't mean they're keeping you down. It means you've become someone who only values people for their money. Success that requires you to abandon everyone who supported you isn't success. It's selling out and surrounding yourself with people who only care about your status and wealth. Those aren't real relationships, they're transactional connections that will disappear the moment your money does. Keep your day ones if they're good people. Elevate them, help them if you can, and appreciate their loyalty. Don't abandon people who were real with you just because some guru tells you broke friends are holding you back.
So I went to my son's back to school night the other night and they kicked me out. I'm gonna let him tell you. Why did they kick me out? You wanna tell him?
Because all the moms were staring at my dad too much.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Well, I spent all my money on these cars, so unfortunately we're having chicken nuggets for dinner, but at least now I have 4 different tables, which is nice.
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
I folded. Oh. It's been 2 days. 2 days and I haven't bought a supercar. I'm going fucking crazy. I folded. GT3 RS 2026. Tuned. $400,000. I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking.
Why?
Low to the body. You see Canelo, you see Joshua do it. They go low to the body and go high. You see that's a whump bump. So I was doing this right, like you. The boxing way is, a lot of people do this in boxing. They step forward, yeah? You jumped in. So then you jumped in and then you're here. You're right here. So I'm just doing the simple drill.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Who am I? Keep talking.
Leave me alone.
You said something to me.
Leave me alone.
Suck my dick. This is what I do for a living. This is what I get paid to do.
You're delusional.
Your mother's delusional.
Because you're
Your
in
outfit
my
is
face.
delusional.
First of all,
Look at your outfit.
You're in
Look at
my
your outfit.
face, yelling
Look
at
at your
me.
outfit. Look at your outfit. You don't like the bus, get a car. You don't like the bus, get a car.
I didn't say anything.
Just shut the
about
fuck
that.
up.
You can't be in
No,
my
no.
face with it.
And now you're...
This is pathetic. You have 6,000 followers and you're harassing random women on public transportation for content, claiming this is your living? That's not a career. That's being a public nuisance who harasses people for attention. Shouting vulgar things at strangers and insulting them isn't content creation. It's harassment that should get you arrested. And the fact that you're proud of it and call it your job shows how desperate and degraded content creation has become for some people. Nobody respects this. The 6,000 followers you have are probably just watching to see you eventually face consequences. This isn't building anything. It's destroying your reputation and traumatizing random people for a few views. We've covered a lot today. Fake confessions from Princess Azoulay, Andrew Tate comparing himself to mob movies, advice to abandon your loyal friends for being broke, claiming women have no empathy, fat shaming disguised as motivation, Mamba FX's ridiculous car addiction, and now harassment on public transport called a living. Here's what matters. Don't be these people. Don't harass strangers for content. Don't abandon loyal friends because they're not rich. Don't spread hatred disguised as evolutionary psychology. Don't measure people's worth by their bank accounts. Build something real based on actual value, skills, character, genuine connections, and contributions that help rather than harm. The fake alphas we watch today are chasing clout, money, and attention through lies, harassment, and toxic behavior. You're better than that. Work on yourself genuinely. Treat people with respect. Build real skills and real relationships. Don't sacrifice your integrity or other people's well-being for views, money, or validation from strangers online. Real success doesn't require harassing women on buses, making up stories about your life, or abandoning everyone who supported you. It comes from being someone of actual character who adds value to the world. Take care out there and be someone you're actually proud to be, not someone chasing viral moments through harassment and lies.